Park, and I was there for 24 years. Before that, I was in another studio with 10 other people. This one had anywhere from 2 to 5 people at any time. Great location, you know, there were deer and skunks and bobcats and quail and everything out there. It was just a wonderful place. But the city decided that they didn't want us there anymore, and so they just came and shut us down without any warning or anything. It was, they were not very nice the way they did it anyway. So we had like 5 electric kilns, a gas kiln, a raku kiln, and tons of other stuff, a slab roller and stuff. So, and at the end there was just Jeff and I that were out there. So I brought home an electric kiln and then proceeded to build a shed to put it in, and brought all my tools, my wheel and stuff. So it's very different, because towards the end, well, the last couple of years, the 2 of us took over the whole studio, and it was a 1-bedroom house. It had a kitchen, laundry room, family room, and a bedroom. And so the 2 of us just kind of spread out, and so we had all kinds of workspace. So then I was trying to figure out where I was going to work, so I now use the laundry room. But I also do go to Foothill or Dianza, so because I fire cone 6 here, so mid-range electric here, but I do like porcelain and the high fire process and everything, so that stuff I do at Foothill.
Jean is a good inspiration for those of us who do have studios, and we think we're going to have them forever and ever. We may not, and so I don't know that you know this, but for me, you're an inspiration in how you do a transition when you think you have a studio space and all of a sudden you don't.
So I couldn't decide. I probably made the wrong decision in that I went to mid-range glazes, and I'm thinking now I probably should have done just the low temperature, because since then I've been using low fire white, and I know you use that.
I love low fire white.
Right, and it's a wonderful clay.
Low fire white clay.
Yeah, and you can get by with just underglazes and a clear glaze pretty much. So occasionally I will do that and just fire them along with a bisque. So, but I have a few glazes that actually work at Cone 6. The book, Mastering the Art of Cone 6 Glazes or something like that, is a wonderful book for if you want to do mid-fire. My wheel is here. When I'm actually working on my wheel, I can't open the dryer door, so I kind of move it around. I have to shift it a few inches just to. So I can use six bats will fit on here. I can throw 6 things at a time and then just kind of let them dry, and then I put them over there. Or hand building. I do there, or my carving. I put a couple of things out there. If you're looking for wonderful scrapers, those 3, they're from Harbor Freight, just down the road. There's 3 of them are like $1.99 or something like that. They're great scrapers. And that is for pressing stuff, you know, into forms and stuff. And it's filled with sand, a real fine sand.
Did you made it?
You put it in,
And the nylon?
A nylon stocking. Okay. Use several layers, otherwise the sand will kind of come out.
I have both sand.
What do you mean
To push stuff into molds, or if
you don't want fingerprints.
you don't get fingerprints.
But how about using the sponge? Sometimes, you know, using the sponge.
It's not smooth as this one.
Yeah, that's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And then the pad is good for work. It's from the
Printing.
newspaper print places, and I've had those for years. My daughter was a friend of a guy who worked at one place, and so I got a few. But you can put them through the slab roller.
In Korea, they only use those for the slab roller. Huge ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't work without mine. I think Liz King got a bunch of them through the years and passed around.
Yeah, they're really great. I have, you know, one for red clay and a couple for white, and the little screwdriver is good for prying your bat off the wheel head, especially if you have a shimpo and there's not much room in there. It just, you have those 2 inches, and that's a handy gadget for me anyway. And the other thing I have there is the
Screen.
for sanding to
Oh,
make
yeah.
things level. Like if when I make my sheep or animals or whatever, anything that has that's supposed to sit flat, you can
That's
just
a good
rub it
idea.
lightly on there, and you get.
I usually go on the concrete floor and
Daiso, yeah, right by that Japanese market, right over there where Long's used to be. They
have
so they
this?
come in strips, yeah, and then I just put it on a,
Orchard Supply has
And
them
out.
also.
yeah, you can
Daiso
get
is on the
different.
$1.25 or $1.50, anything.
Yeah, there's
Daiso.
a lot of them.
So how you call
Keep
them?
this so clean that it's,
They're sanding. Well, Linda called it a drywall
Yeah,
thing.
drywall
Sandpaper.
Sandpaper. But this is finer, I think, than the drywall stuff. And I got it over at Daiso. Yeah, they come like 4 to
Do
a
you
package.
make
and-
brushes yourself?
No, somebody gave me those.
Oh.
Gosh, I thought my space was small. This is wonderful that you can.
Well,
I organized.
Well, you have to keep stuff, in its place all the time. And the other thing, having it in the house, I'm constantly cleaning because I don't want to track clay into the house. So I do a lot more cleaning here than I did when at the studio. I used to just kind of walk away from it, but
My
here I
cleaning
kinda-
lady gets mad at me sometimes. Too much dust, too much
Yeah.
dust.
Well, I tell them not to
I
come
say
in
that's
here.
why you're here.
I do most of the stuff. So, which they come to about here, so we kind of shift along like this. Anyway, so this is my wedging, and I throw the slop in there. Keep my cut-up wires hung here. I got all these horrible kinks in them, but then I decided they were hung up instead of being thrown in my toolbox. They would stay straighter, and actually they do. So, and I know it's not 2004, but keep my clay under there, and that's about it in here. Where I keep stuff that's finished, and my kiln. And if I mix up glazes, I do it here. I have that old rusty card out there, and I bring that out here by the door, and then mix stuff. So this is what I store the chemicals in, and I can only do small amounts. So I never buy anything more than 5 pounds or maybe 10 pounds. I think 10 pounds will almost fit in there, most of them, and a few buckets of glaze. So, so that's where I mix glaze or work, or, and then whenever I fire the kiln, I have to move everything out of here. So
You
it's
make the vent over the
a fan, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
keep
When
it
you're-
closed.
When I fire, I leave a door open.
Yeah, because you need to.
Yeah,
And on
But-
top of it, you're putting the fan.
right. Yeah, it's an exhaust fan. And actually, it works both ways. If it's hot in here, which it doesn't get really hot, it will blow air like a fan too.
Inside.
But I use it mostly for the exhaust. We had a firewall put in, and let's see, we had some leftover ceramic tiles, so we put those down, and then the rest of these are just from
This is
Home Depot.
Oh, it's
You peel off the back and stick them down,
Cool.
and so I did that, and they're fairly easy to cut too. But it just makes it easier if you spill glaze or anything to clean it up.
I'm doing some that are woven, but this is not woven.
No, it's not woven.
Although it looks that way.
Yeah, yeah. But each surface is different.